My friend Jose here has 100 customers for his New York hood cleaning service.
Yes.
And today we are on the In the Hood podcast.
Yes.
And we're going to learn about what's been the secret to his success in being able to grow his company. So if you are a restaurant owner, if you are a commercial hood cleaning kind of customer, you're going to want to stay tuned here. Jose, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dennis. Welcome to our office, and it's been a wonderful, day and now afternoon meeting you, and all of this what we did in the office was terrific. So I want to talk about a little bit about our company and how we started, how we're doing this hood cleaning in New York City. So first of all, we started, obviously as a small group in New York, basically here in Queens, and then little by little we went and grow the company. Now we're in a stage that handles active clients, and I think most of the customers that they like you, even though that we don't have all of this media or websites or whatever that we serve a lot of pop and mom business, and also we kind of like serve a few corporates already. Mm-hmm. And so far so good. And I really encourage all of these people to watch this to make sure that staying compliant, especially in New York City. Staying compliant is number one, and save you a lot of money, especially for all this violations. So the fire department or the health department issue to small business, pop and mom business.
Now you did a presentation with the fire department of New York, and they featured you. Talk about that.
Yes, it's correct. I was basically in that presentation in 2019, and we became a number one example vehicle. Basically, the fire department appointed and put us on the number one example vehicle as how we literally advertise in the vans. Mm-hmm. and that was the beginning of a regulation in New York City. Before that time, we were not regulated. We used to print our own certificates. When I came to certificates, I will show you how the certificate looks. Can you give me one of the certificates, please? And so, give me everything. So when before that, we did not have this. This is the new kind of like way the fire department regulates this. This is a new certificate. It's been punched. It's been punched here like year and a month while we do service. It's basically mandatory every 90 days to do this service, and that's how they start regulating in 2019. So. And from that time, I think it gave us a lot of push, and this regulation basically the fire department put, because a lot of this shell company disappear. They will not doing legal business in New York City. They will doing as a shell business or companies. That's it.
So Jose, what's the number one thing that restaurants need to be aware of when it comes to compliance so they don't get in trouble?
Well, staying in compliance means it's hood cleaning 100% every 90 days, frequently as is possible, because some of the kitchens, they're very dirty. And also, fire suppression. Fire suppression is very important to keep it up to date. And obviously we have our checklist. I will highly recommend to look into the checklist, a monthly checklist, which is big corporations, they have checklists, and all of these items they need to be checked out in order for them to be in compliance. But I do urge you, the 100%, they have to look into all your fire hazards, because the fire hazards is the most important for business to be in compliance and make sure that customers are safe, you know.
Now, Jose, there's a lot of hood cleaning companies in New York City, and you've grown companies that use you on a regular basis. What has been the key to that? Why do people choose you?
I think one of the reasons why they choose our business is because me as a beginning, I always answer the phone and make sure that not missing any phone calls and respond to the client, because that's the key of the success. You have to be on time, show out there, and whatever it is necessary for them to tell you, you have to be there and listen to a client, you know.
So how is it in running a family business as you've been scaling? What are some of the things that you've learned kind of along the way?
It is a little challenge to be running this business as a family business, you know, but it makes you, I guess I will say, strong and also very, very unique when someone cares about you also, you know, and this is very important. And I think I will continue be doing the same. My accounting special yesterday was talking to me and say, Jose, you need to stop running your business as with your heart. You need to think with your mind how you run your business. But you know, sometimes you have to do both, you know, and so a little bit of both, you know. But the reality is, business, you cannot be too emotional. You have to really thinking how you're gonna be operating tomorrow, you know.
Yeah. And so you have built your reputation on relationships, on service, on answering the phone, on showing up, on doing a good job, on having referrals. But as we know, AI and technology and all these new tools have come into play. What has been the adjustment for you? How do you think about technology?
Well, I always been thinking about technology in the beginning when I started this business in 2013, and it's been a very, very difficult time for me to understand that I was set back, because at that time even the city was not ready for us to operate, because the city still operating papers. And luckily in 2019 there was a big change onto digital world, which is we are right now. And I think technology will help us tremendously, and it will implement our day-to-day business day, you know, and help us to grow as a company, you know.
And what's it been like working with Juan Esteban?
I think Juan is a great person to work in, and we have quite a little bit of good time, right, Juan? And so we are probably will continue to grow our relationship. I think Juan has shown me a lot of good stuff, you know, and possibilities that we can continue grow this model business in the future, you know.
Yeah. Our view is that Jose's business is like a Ferrari with a flat tire, because the core, the reputation, the quality of the actual service is good, but the digital is kind of non-existent. So how do we bridge that gap?
They distract me a lot.
So Jose has a good problem, which is what we call a Ferrari with a flat tire, because the core of what he does, if we were to ask any one of these restaurants or folks that hired him for commercial hood cleaning, they would say, we really like working with his company, but that's not visible. You know, when we look at the performance of the website, when we look at your Google, when we look at, you know, your digital marketing, that doesn't show up. So what's the strategy to win in digital? to be able to reflect and amplify the good things you already have in the real world?
Right. I think you have to be in it. You have to be in 100%. You have to understand technology. You know, first of all, I don't know if so many people understand, but we're still in the old-fashioned way, and you know, paperwork, and some people get lost in there. And I think now technology is incredible. If we can implement this as quickly as possible, will be tremendously changed, and especially in this kind of business, you know, and learning, I think, is the most important. You know, you have to learn it. Yeah, you have to learn it, and if you learn this technology, you will get this.
We all want more of that.
Learn you earn. Yeah.
And I like how Jose has the abundance mindset where he wants to make more for everybody, and everybody can get a little piece instead of like, I take everything and you get none. But at the same time, we know that automation is necessary to create a lot of efficiency. So we spent a lot of time today using ChatGPT to be able to solve some of these marketing issues. How should we be thinking about things like ChatGPT?
Well, obviously, I think ChatGPT is a new technology that came into our life, and we have to really know how to adapt that technology, because it can be really, really selfish in so many ways, you know, and we don't want to create a selfish in that way, in that directions with technology, but we have to stay very friendly with our partners and people that looking into this technology as a leverage, you know, to cross borderlines, and it's a good tool to use. 100%, you know, is necessary. It's necessary for a human being, because so many humans that they need more technology to live in this world now, modern world that we live, you know. Yeah.
So let's say there's someone out there who's inspired by you, Jose, and they also want to do hood cleaning in their city, and they want to model what you're doing. What should they be thinking about, and what should they do?
Well, it's very important. You know, I can tell you about this, how to modern this business and to hood cleaning. First thing is important to understand and to learn is to learn codes. Very important. And ChatGPT right now will teach you how to learn all these codes, and special in the fire department codes. And fire codes is very important, but the most important is regulations. You have to learn all your regulations in each state, whatever state you are, and you need to understand your regulations and do accordingly to your state, you know, because this is very important. And obviously, I can name some of the non-profit organizations out there that you can tap into, and that's very helpful, which is I am already member of a few of them, you know, and they're very helpful to teach you how to do all of this, stay in compliance with all this hood cleaning or fire suppression or fire extinguishers. Especially, they save a lot of lives, you know.
So you've seen a lot as a $4 million a year small family business doing hood cleaning. What can you point back to a moment of some kind of challenge that you had, or some kind of interesting moment?
The most